This is the story of Maki, a guy who is not just a loser, he is the final boss of Loser's Skull. Forget talking to girls, bro can't even talk to guys without lagging like bad internet. And the worst part? Even his own classmates avoid him like he's a walking virus. But here's the plot twist, the same NPC-looking dude somehow becomes best friends with the second most beautiful girl in class. How? Yeah, I know, even you don't have that kind of luck. Loudly crying face. Let's find out, maybe your luck upgrades from trash to slightly less trash. So the story begins in a school where everyone just entered a new class. New faces, new students, and among them, our main character, Maki Mayara. Now the class teacher walks in and says, everyone will introduce themselves. And guess who gets picked first? Of course, the guy with zero confidence and negative aura Skull. Maki stands up and delivers the most awkward introduction in human history. We find out he transferred here because of family reasons. He likes games, and yeah, that's it. No talent, no personality, no social skills. Basically, if Min had a face, it would be this guy. Loudly crying face. On weekends, he stays in his room, plays games, eats pizza, living the life of a professional indoor plant seedling. Now next comes the introduction of the most beautiful girl in class, Amami Yuki. And bro, the energy switch is insane high voltage. She's cheerful, confident, and talks like she owns the place. She used to study in an all-girls school, but joined this co-ed school to try something new. Yeah, something new equals ruining introverts' lives. Skull, and she's not alone. She came with her best friend, Asanagi Amiya, aka the second most beautiful girl in class. Now Amiya introduces herself, and we learn she's been with Yuki since middle school. Their bond? Strong. Their popularity? Even stronger. Basically, these two are the main characters of the classroom and the rest are just background NPCs, yes, including you watching this eyes. Maki sees all this and already accepts his fate like, yeah, I'm not part of this anime. I'm just here for side quests. Then comes lunchtime. Everyone is eating together, laughing, enjoying, and our boy Maki? He goes outside, sits alone, and eats like he's in a sad background montage violin. Because his first impression was so bad, nobody even tried talking to him. Not even a hi. Not even a bro move your bag. Nothing. That's when you know, it's over. Skull. Meanwhile, on weekends, the popular girls are out there chilling, having fun, living life, and Maki? Still in his room, still playing games, still eating pizza. Bro is stuck in a loop like a broken NPC. Loudly crying face. One day, while walking home from school, Maki starts thinking, it's not like I don't want to talk to people, I just can't. Yeah bro, we notice Skull, this guy is so introverted, even his own thoughts probably ignore him. The next day, we see something interesting. Yuki is acting all cute and childish in front of Amiya like a total drama queen performing arts, and Maki is just watching from the side like, yep, different species. Now Yuki is acting like a little kid on extra sugar. Seriously, she switches from popular queen to kindergarten energy in 2 seconds. Skull. Meanwhile, some random dudes in class are whispering like experts, bro, one is super cute, and the other one is hot. Yeah bro, thanks for the analysis. National Geographic wants to hire you. Loudly crying face. After that, Umi shows Yuki a movie she wants to watch. But the category of that movie? Boring. Like, documentary level sleep attack. Sleeping face. So Umi decides, yeah, I'm watching this alone. But Yuki is like, no, I'll come with you, I can't leave you alone. Clingy level, Wi-Fi without password. Skull. But somehow Umi convinces her to stay back and decides to go alone. Now cut to Maki walking home, and our boy is in deep thoughts like, why don't I have any friends? Bro asking life questions like he didn't skip the tutorial on social skills. Skull. Before going home, Maki enters a store. And yes, this is an old school video store where people actually rent movie cassettes. Yeah, ancient times. Even dinosaurs probably had membership cards here. T-Rex. Maki picks up a classic movie, but suddenly hand touch moment eyes and bro panics instantly. Sorry. Relax bro, it's not a crime. Loudly crying face. But then he looks up, and boom, it's Umi. Plot just leveled up, chart increasing. Now they start talking. Maki asks, weren't you going somewhere today? Umi instantly goes, how do you know? Were you spying on me? And Maki's soul almost leaves his body. Skull. But then she laughs and says, relax, I'm joking. We were talking so loudly, the whole class heard it. Yeah bro, even the walls knew. Loudly crying face. Then comes the biggest surprise. Umi says she actually wanted to talk to Maki for a long time and chose today on purpose. And Maki is like, wait, me? Are you sure you got the right NPC? Skull. To explain things, Umi shows her profile. And guess what? Her hobbies equals playing games, watching weird movies. Basically, female version of Maki. Loudly crying face. Same interests, same vibe, just 100x more popular. So she says, that's why I want to be friends with you. And Maki? Bro agrees faster than you click, except cookies cookie. Then Umi asks him, recommend me a good movie. And now Maki finally gets a moment to shine sparkles. He suggests a movie, and surprisingly, Umi's opinions match exactly with his. Same taste, same thoughts. At this point even Maki is like, is this real, or am I in a simulation? Skull. And just like that, they keep talking, vibing, and boom, friendship unlocked. Party popper. Next scene, we find out they even exchanged phone numbers. Yeah bro, from zero friends to direct contact with a top tier girl. Meanwhile you still saving numbers as Raghav Tushin. Loudly crying face. And then, plot goes crazy. Umi comes to Maki's house. Yes, his house. Bro skipped 10 levels of social social interaction skull. She even brings snacks. Food plus vibes equals instant friendship upgrade popcorn. They sit together and decide what to do. Maki suggests, let's play a fighting game. Of course, gamer mode activated video game. They start playing. Time flies, evening comes, and guess what? Umi loses. Skill issue detected skull. So she says, let's play one more time. Yeah, classic gamer excuse. Just one more match equals 3 hours gone. Loudly crying face. So after playing games for hours, it gets pretty late. Umi has to leave, but before that, both of them start cleaning the room. Yeah, imagine cleaning your room because a girl came over. Character development unlocked skull. But then, Maki suddenly starts staring at Umi, and she's like, what are you doing? Admiring my beauty or what? Maki panics instantly. No, nothing like that. Ma'am, loudly crying face, I was just thinking, how do you eat junk like me and still stay so fit? Bro really chose diet analysis over flirting skull. After that, Umi starts teasing him, like full on attack mode. She starts tickling him non-stop face with tears of joy. Maki is suffering like, why is this happening to me? Meanwhile, Umi is enjoying like this is her daily cardio. And yeah, her secret is revealed, she actually goes to the gym regularly. Unlike Maki, whose only workout is lifting pizza slices pizza skull. Now before leaving, Umi says, I really had fun spending time with you, but you're kinda weird. Kinda? That's a generous rating. Loudly crying face, you literally brought a girl to your house. Maki instantly defends himself, HUI. We just played games, okay? Don't frame me like that skull. Then Umi drops a bomb, let's go out somewhere next week. And Maki freezes. Outside. You mean, public, with people? Bro talks like he's being sent to war. Loudly crying face. Umi says, of course. We're in high school. We should hang out, enjoy life, otherwise we'll grow old sitting in one room. Facts, but Maki's social anxiety just fainted skull. And just to be clear, they're going out as friends. Relax guys, don't start shipping yet. This is not your fantasy anime. Loudly crying face. Also, nobody in class knows about their friendship, and they want to keep it that way. Then Umi says something wild, don't worry, nobody will see us together. And even if they do, we'll just say we're dating. Maki.exe has stopped working. Skull bro got instant blush plus brain shutdown combo. Now when Maki's mom comes home, she finds out her son, heavy checkmark, made a friend. Heavy checkmark invited that friend home. Heavy checkmark and is going out next week. At this point she's shocked like, who are you and what have you done with my son? Loudly crying face. She even gets worried and asks, is someone bullying you? Are they forcing you to give money? Because let's be real, this level of social progress feels illegal. Skull. But when Maki explains everything, his mom becomes genuinely happy. Her son, who had zero friends his whole life, finally made one low-key wholesome moment. Then we see Maki and Umi texting each other, planning their outing. Yeah bro, he went from no contacts to chatting with a top-tier girl. Mobile phone sparkles. Meanwhile you still typing. Hey, do you remember me? Loudly crying face. Next day at school, Umi is talking with her friends, but secretly gives signals to Maki. Hidden friendship equals stealth mode activated. Man detective. During lunch, Maki is again eating alone outside, because habits don't change that fast. But then he hears something, he peeks secretly, and sees a guy about to confess to a girl. Eyes. Maki instantly gets nervous like, nope, not my scene, I'm out. Bro treating romance like a horror movie. Skull. But before he can escape, Umi and her friend Nina suddenly arrive running. And guess what? They spot Maki, caught in 4K camera with flash. So yeah, Umi recognizes Maki as her classmate. But Nina? She's like, who is this guy? Face with raised eyebrow. Bro is so invisible, even his own classmates don't know he exists. Skull. At this point, Maki is not a student, he's background furniture. Loudly crying face. Anyway, they pull Maki into the situation, and now we finally see the girl getting confessed to is Umi. And Maki is shocked. Bro just realized, oh, my friend is actually that popular. Skull. Now the guy confessing is tall, handsome, confident, basically everything Maki is not. Loudly crying face. He asks Umi, will you go out with me? And everyone's like, yeah bro got this in the bag. But Umi just says, no, clean, simple, brutal. Skull. She says she's not interested in dating anyone right now. Nina reacts like, damn, she rejected him too? And apparently, this guy already got rejected by Yuki before. So bro went like, plan A failed, let's try plan B. And plan B also got rejected. At this point, he should uninstall romance.exe. Loudly crying face. The guy tries to recover, okay, not dating, can we at least be friends? And Umi is like, nope, bro got rejected from all categories. Skull. Dating, crossmark. Friendship, crossmark. Respect, also gone. Loudly crying face. After that, Umi just leaves. And the others start leaving too. But before going, Yuki suddenly asks Maki for his phone. And boom, she gives him her number. Eyes. She says, give me a missed call so I can save yours, and don't tell anyone about this. And just like that, she leaves. Now Maki is standing there like, wait, what just happened? Skull. Bro unlocked contact with top 1 and top 2 girls in class. Meanwhile you're still waiting for scene reply. Loudly crying face. Next scene, Maki and Umi at his house again. Maki tells her about the confession scene, and then he goes full philosopher mode. You're really popular, so many guys must confess to you. Popular people probably have their own problems, everyone notices them. So many people want to be their friend, but maybe they don't want that. Bro started a TED talk out of nowhere. Skull. Umi listens and goes, bro, you think too much. Facts. Man overthinking like he's solving world hunger. Loudly crying face. face. Then they start arguing playfully. Umi says, without me, you'd be completely alone. Maki instantly fires back, oh really? Like you share your hobbies with everyone? If I'm not there, who will play games with you? Uno reverse card played fire. And just like that, they go back to playing games again video game because clearly gaming is the foundation of this friendship loudly crying face. Then comes the weekend, the day of their outing. Umi tells her friends, I have to go home early today, lots of work. Nina instantly gets suspicious. You've been busy lately, did you find someone? Eyes drama alert police car light. Yuki jumps in like, you can tell me, and suddenly more people gather around. Bro, this is not a friend group, this is an investigation committee skull. Cut to Maki, he's waiting for Umi. Probably nervous, probably regretting all life decisions and then THFP. Umi suddenly appears from behind and scares him. Maki's soul almost leaves his body skull. She looks at him and says, what are you wearing? And yeah, bro showed up in his default NPC outfit loudly crying face first outing with a girl, and my guy dressed like he's going to buy milk skull. So Umi looks at Maki's outfit and says, yeah, it's okay, but next time, wear something colorful. Bro, you dress like expired bread skull. As they walk, Maki asks, didn't you come a bit early? We still had time. Umi casually replies, I knew you'd come early and wait like a loyal NPC, so I came early too. Bro got red like an open book loudly crying face. Then they go into a store. Maki asks, so, how do you like this place, Asanaji? Umi instantly stops him, call me by my first name. We're friends. Maki fires back, you don't call me by my first name, so why should I? Respect +10, confidence +5, still 0 RIZZ though skull. Umi replies, don't get too excited, or I'll take you to see adult content. Maki, system error skull bro's CPU overheated instantly loudly crying face. Then they sit and eat together, talking about movies they recently watched. And one of them is, a flying shark movie. Yes, a shark that flies. At this point, physics already left the chat skull. While eating, Umi asks, so, what's our plan for next week? But suddenly, she hears two girls outside talking trash. She rejected such a hot senior. Who does she think she is? Ah yes, jealous NPCs detected police car light. And then Umi does something insane. She suddenly goes full drama mode and says, babe, open your mouth, I'll feed you. Maki.exe has crashed skull. Even Yuki, who's nearby, is like, what am I watching? Loudly crying face. Maki, shaking like a broken phone on vibration mode, feeds her back. Bro acting like his life depends on its skull. The girls outside get confused. Wait, this can't be Umi. There's no way she'd date a guy like him. Damn, they violated Maki for free loudly crying face. Umi hears that, and she's not happy. But instead of creating drama, they just continue their day. And honestly, they actually enjoy a lot. Walking together, talking, vibing. Bro living a life even main characters envy skull. Then Umi goes to the washroom. And Maki starts thinking, I never imagined I'd hang out like this with someone as beautiful as Asanaji. Bro finally realizing he's inside an anime plot loudly crying face. But then Yuki and her friends show up at the same place. And guess what? Except Yuki. N01 recognizes Maki. At this point, I'm convinced this guy has invisibility passive skill skull. Yuki notices an extra bag near Maki and asks, are you here with someone? Danger level, rising chart increasing. Maki immediately calls Umi to warn her. Smart move, bro finally used his brain clapping hands. Meanwhile, Yuki says, if you want, you can hang out with us. Sounds nice, right? Nope, because the rest of her friends are like, yeah, no thanks. The vibe is colder than Antarctica cold face. Maki understands everything, and for the first time, he acts like a mature human being. He says, don't take this the wrong way. I know you want me to join, but I don't think everyone else does. Respect chart increasing chart increasing chart increasing. And also, I already have plans with my friend today, so I can't cancel. Sorry. BRO chose his friend over popular group flushed face character development just went super Psy on fire. So now we see Maki and Umi together again, and Umi starts explaining something deeper. She says that in her friend group, she always tries to keep everything balanced, no drama, no fights, everyone happy. But the problem? People start taking her efforts for granted. Classic situation, you help everyone, and they treat you like free customer support skull. Because of that, things have gone wrong many times. So what Umi really wanted was just one person who understands her hobbies, her interests, her real personality. And guess what? She noticed Maki from day one. Yeah bro, you thought you were invisible, but she was watching you like CCTV video camera skull. Then Umi apologizes to Maki. Because of her, things got awkward between him and Yuki. And apparently, Yuki even texted Umi like, hey, I think Maki is upset with me. Bro got two girls discussing his emotions. This is not normal skull. Umi says, don't worry, I'll fix everything. And while saying that, she starts gently patting Maki's head. Head pat? Eyes bro just unlocked premium affection DLC loudly crying face. Next day at school, Yuki comes to Maki and apologizes. She thinks he's mad at her, but Maki says, no, I'm not upset at all. For once, bro is acting normal clapping hands. Then Yuki says, are you free today? I want to talk. I'll call you. And the entire class goes like, wait, Maki has Yuki's number? Breaking news loudspeaker. Yuki realizes her mistake, but it's too late. Rumors have already spread faster than Wi-Fi skull. After school, we see all three of them walking together. Because Yuki gets nervous being alone with a guy guy, she brought Omi along as backup. Yeah, emotional support friend loudly crying face. But wait, their friend Nina is secretly following them. Woman detective bro, this girl is a spy skull, so Omi and Yuki grab Maki and run. Congratulations, you are now part of a high school escape mission loudly crying face. After that, they talk a bit, and Maki casually invites them to his house. Bro really said, come over. Confidence just randomly spawning now skull. At his house, Omi asks, so, when did you two exchange numbers? And Yuki tells everything honestly. Then she says, sorry for hiding it. Umi's punishment? She pokes both their heads with her finger face with tears of joy. Light attack but emotional damage skull. Yuki apologizes again to Maki. You were spending time with your friend, and I suddenly invited you to my group. I'm sorry. And Maki also apologizes. I shouldn't have refused so harshly. Look at this. Healthy communication? In an anime? Impossible loudly crying face. Then Yuki asks the big question. So, who was that friend you were with that day? Danger level max chart increasing skull. Maki stays silent, but both him and Umi turn red like tomatoes. Tomato, yeah, totally not suspicious at all. Loudly crying face. Before leaving, Yuki says, if you don't mind, can we be friends? Bro just unlocked. Top 1 plus top 2 friendship rod flushed face. Meanwhile you still stuck in scene 2:17 p.m. skull. Next day, as soon as Maki enters class, Yuki comes to greet him, and now everyone is watching like, since when did this guy become main character? Then Nina asks Yuki what's going on, and Yuki, with zero hesitation, announces in front of the whole class, yeah, I became friends with Maki. Smiling face with smiling eyes. Silence, and then chaos. Now the entire class starts gossiping. Some girls are like, he must be blackmailing her. Bro what? Loudly crying face. My guy can't even make eye contact, and you think he's running a criminal operation? Skull. All this nonsense makes Maki feel really down. But then Umi texts him, sorry, Yuki is just a little dumb sometimes. Friendly fire skull. Now it's lunchtime, and suddenly Yuki walks straight up to Maki and says, hey, wanna have lunch with me? Bro just got public invitation skull, and instantly, all the boys in class, jealousy max level fire. They're looking at Maki like, why him? This is injustice. Loudly crying face. Girls on the side? Running full gossip podcast studio microphone. Seeing this, Umi explains to Yuki, because you asked him like that, he got nervous. Yeah, bro almost had a heart attack skull. So Yuki suggests, then you join us too, Umi. And just like that, trio lunch unlocked. Now they're all eating together. Yuki looks at Maki's lunch and goes, let's exchange some food. And here's the twist, Maki made his own lunch, because his mom leaves early for work. Respect plus 100 chart increasing. Yuki tastes his food, and she's like, wait, this is actually good? Expectation, 0 reality, Master Chef skull. Then Umi also tries it, and yep, same reaction. Bro secretly cooking like a 5-star chef while acting like an NPC. Loudly crying face. Then they find out Maki can even make sweets. Yuki is shocked. She's like, so you're telling me, this guy cooks better than me? Emotional damage skull. Then Yuki says, I want to eat pancakes made by you. Maki, okay, I'll make them. And Yuki gets super happy smiling face with smiling eyes, and then she drops another bomb. Then me and Umi will come to your house today. Maki, wait, what? Skull. Bro's house turning into a cafe now. Loudly crying face. Yuki goes to buy drinks, and now it's just Maki and Umi. Umi starts talking about Yuki. She doesn't think before speaking, and because she's the most beautiful girl in class, everyone focuses on her. Facts. Pretty privilege detected skull. She also says, but her personality is really good. She's cheerful, kind, and then she adds, soon, you'll start liking her too. And Maki is like, hold on, what do you mean by that? A neutral face. Bro not liking where this is going skull. Meanwhile, in the girls' changing room, Nina asks Yuki, why are you suddenly so interested in that guy? And Yuki says, because he's really nice, the way he talks, he kinda feels like Umi. Oh, eyes plot thickening, triangle forming slowly skull. Now back at Maki's house, he brings pancakes for them, and both girls take a bite, and boom, absolute masterpiece. Pancakes sparkles. At this point, Maki is no longer a loser. He's a heavy checkmark gamer, heavy checkmark chef, heavy check. Meanwhile you, still struggling to make Maggie properly. Loudly crying face. So while eating those god tier pancakes, Yuki tells us that in their previous school, which was an all-girls school, she used to make chocolates for all her friends on Valentine's Day. Yeah, meanwhile you couldn't even get one dairy milk skull. But then a question comes up, if their old school had high school too, then why did they switch here? Mystery unlocked. Magnifying glass tilted left, but for now ignore that, we move on. After that, they start playing games. And guess what? Yuki completely destroys Umi. And not just her, she defeats Maki too. Skull. Bro thought he was gamer pro, but got humbled in his own house. Loudly crying face. And while all this is happening, Umi notices something. Maki and Yuki are getting a bit too comfortable. Eyes jealousy meter, slowly rising, chart increasing. Now when they're about to leave, Yuki suddenly remembers, oh wait, I forgot to ask Maki if he wants to hang out with me, because she wants to treat him for those amazing pancakes. Fair enough, but before she can continue, Umi instantly says, nope, I'm not going to his house again. That was fast. Skull. Possessive vibes detected. Eyes. So Yuki calls Maki later and invites him for Friday. But Maki says, sorry, I already have plans plans with my friend. And we all know that friend equals Umi's smirking face. The moment Umi hears this, she runs back to Maki's house. Excuse? I forgot my phone there. Yeah sure, very believable skull. Maki opens the door, and before he can even react, Umi pulls his nose and says, okay bye, see you tomorrow, and just runs away. Bro standing there like, what just happened, loudly crying face. Next day Umi is back at Maki's house again. Consistency level, 100 skull. Then she finds out Maki has the new edition of her favorite manga. And now she's like, give me that, right now, no patience. Zero chill loudly crying face. So both of them sit together and start reading. And the manga ends with a happy ending, and these two? Crying like crocodiles. Crocodile skull. Bro said happy ending. Not emotional damage loudly crying face. They keep reading more, and after some time Umi falls asleep. Peacefully, comfortably, like she owns the place skull. Maki sees her sleeping, and instead of being normal, he also falls asleep loudly crying face. Bro said, if she sleeps, I sleep. But then Maki wakes up, and sees his mom standing there, staring at both of them, menacingly. This is not mom, this is final boss skull. She's like, what is going on here? Yeah bro, try explaining this situation loudly crying face. Then Maki's mom calls Umi's mom, and explains everything. They were reading manga, and fell asleep, and now it's too late. So basically Umi is staying over tonight. Sleepover arc activated police car light skull. Then Maki's mom tells Umi, go take a bath first. And the moment Umi leaves, she grabs Maki. Interrogation mode on fire. Since when are you bringing girls home? What is going on? Who is she? Bro getting questioned like he committed a crime loudly crying face. So Maki finally explains everything to his mom. Yeah, she's been coming here for the past 2 months, but we're just friends. Just friends. And I'll even go apologize to her parents tomorrow. Bro said just friends with full confidence, like we didn't just watch the whole anime skull. Later that night Maki is chilling in his room doing absolutely nothing productive, when suddenly Umi walks in. And listen carefully, she's wearing Maki's clothes. Yeah, his clothes. Bro's brain just stopped working brain skull. Because his mom's pajamas didn't fit her, so she just borrowed his. And Maki is like, yeah, I should leave, loudly crying face. He says, you sleep here, I'll sleep in the living room. Respect, control, discipline. But Umi stops him. She says, we already slept during the day, let's just sit and talk. Bro, this is a dangerous situation skull. After some teasing and random talks, Maki asks the big question. So, when are we telling Yuki about our friendship? Umi replies, I'll tell her at the right time. We shouldn't hide it for too long. Yeah, because secrets in anime equals future disaster skull. Then Umi says, good night. And Maki? Bro escapes immediately to the sofa and sleeps there like a refugee loudly crying face, too shy to even stay in the same room skull. Next day, Maki goes to Umi's house, and her mom welcomes him. But the first thing she says is, so this is the boy my naughty daughter was with. A smirking face auntie is already sus skull. Then she gives them a lecture. Next time, tell us before going anywhere together. Valid. These kids are running secret missions loudly crying face. But then Umi's mom starts interrogating Maki. How did you two become friends? How did you get so close? Meanwhile Umi in the background, don't tell her anything, skull, because she knows her mom will never let this go loudly crying face. Then comes a wholesome moment. While Umi is cutting fruits, her mom tells Maki, please stay her friend, and take care of her. She's still very childish. Facts. We've seen the evidence. And then auntie drops a nuclear bomb. Why don't you stay over today as well? Maki? Umi, Moam, what are you saying? Skull. Her mom just gets closer to Maki and starts teasing Umi. Auntie enjoying this more than us loudly crying face. Next day at school announcement comes, next month equals school festival party popper, and for that, they need class representatives aka class monitors. They do a lucky draw, and guess who wins from the boys? Of course, Maki. Skullbro didn't even apply, life just forced responsibility on him loudly crying face. And immediately, the class starts gossiping again. Who's the unlucky girl that has to partner with him? Violation after violation skull. Some girls are even relieved like, thank God it's not me. Damn. Maki getting rejected in advance loudly crying face. And all this makes him feel really bad. For once, bro didn't do anything wrong, and still getting roasted by NPC skull. But then Yuki steps forward in front of the whole class and says, I want to ask everyone something. I's main character energy loading, high voltage. So now Yuki goes full savage mode in front of the entire class. Does anyone here have a problem with Maki? Why do you all treat him so differently? Did he do something to you? Class, silence. Yeah, all brave until someone asks real questions skull. Nobody answers. So Yuki goes, teacher, if it's okay, can I become the girls' class representative? Main character energy, activated high voltage. But before that can happen, Umi's turn comes, and she wins. Plot twist skull. So now, class reps equals Maki plus Umi powered duo unlocked fire. Yuki insists, no, I want to do it, and Umi just boinks her on the head like, sit down. Best friend authority skull. Then Umi says, yeah, I agree, the class treats Maki differently, but you just ruined the mood. You're right, but wrong timing, loudly crying face. Yuki apologizes to everyone, but honestly, she didn't say anything wrong. She just exposed the class like a reality show skull. And now, we officially have Maki, the NPC king, Umi, the hidden MVP, as class representatives. Later, when Maki and Omi are sitting together, Omi praises Yuki. She really stood up for you, without caring about anyone's opinion. Respect for Yuki chart increasing. Then she adds, I care too much about what others think. I don't think I could have done that. Deep moment, but also Omi low-key admitting she's scared of public opinion eyes. Then enters Student Council President Seiki. Yeah, new character just dropped skull. Now they have a meeting to decide what they'll do for the school festival. Basically, extra work unlocked for Maki loudly crying face. After school, Yuki comes running to them. She was waiting. Bro got two girls waiting for him now. Meanwhile you waiting for OTP loudly crying face. She thanks Umi. Thanks for stopping me earlier. I might have said something worse. But Umi says, no, I should thank you. Because she also wanted to support Maki in front of everyone, but couldn't. Yeah, internal conflict plus 100 skull. We also learn, since childhood, Umi has always been the one calming Yuki down. So basically, Yuki equals chaos, Umi equals control. Next day Omi announces, our class got decoration duty for the festival. And she handles everything smoothly. Giving instructions, managing people. Meanwhile Maki, standing there like, yeah, I'm also here, skull. Bro is class rep, but still has zero presence loudly crying face. Now everyone starts thinking how to decorate the class. And suddenly, Maki gives an idea. And surprisingly, it gets approved flushed face. Rare Maki W moment fire. Then Maki says to Omi, good thing you're with me, otherwise I'd be too nervous to say anything. Honest plus respectful, no RIZZ, just facts skull. But then Omi gives him the slip from the lucky draw. And boom, truth revealed. She didn't actually win. She lied to become class rep. Maki reaction? Okay, loudly crying face bro does not care skull. Meanwhile audience like, wait what? So Maki hears that Omi basically cheated the system to become class rep, and instead of reacting like a normal human, he goes, wow, that's actually smart. Bro is impressed skull at this point. Nothing surprises him anymore loudly crying face. Next day, everyone in class is busy preparing for the festival. And guess who's giving instructions? Yuki. Yeah, she didn't become class rep, but still acting like the CEO skull. Meanwhile, Maki and Omi are discussing ideas, when Yuki suddenly shows up and says, the cans we collected are dirty. Yeah, because apparently cleaning wasn't part of the plan loudly crying face. But then Yuki notices the manga drawing they're supposed to recreate, and that task was supposed to be done by Omi. But Yuki goes, can I try? And boom, she draws it. And the result? Absolute fire like, why are you not in art school level skull? Everyone is impressed. But Omi? She gets a little quiet. Yeah, jealousy plus insecurity combo starting chart decreasing. But she still smiles and says, Yuki's drawing is amazing. Let her handle all the artwork. Respect, but also pain inside skull. Now everyone continues working. Even at night, Yuki and Omi keep working non-stop. And by morning, Yuki finishes the poster perfectly. When the girls see it, they go crazy. OMG, this is amazing. Full praise mode activated party popper. Then they thank Omi too, because she stopped Yuki earlier when things could have turned into a fight. And Omi says, Maki is trying his best, so we should all support him. Finally someone speaking facts loudly crying face. Meanwhile, Maki is also working hard at home. Yes, our NPC is grinding off-screen skull. But then, he calls Omi. And Omi is currently out with her friends at karaoke microphone living her best life. Maki says, I need help with some arrangements, can you come? Bro said, I can't function without you indirectly skull. Omi starts teasing, oh, feeling lonely without me? Maki, if you don't want to come, don't come. Attitude? Eyes. Omi, relax, I'm coming. And then she tells Yuki, I have some work at home, I need to go. Lies detected police car light skull. Now she arrives at Maki's house and they start working together on designs. After some time Maki says, if you're tired, you can rest. Omi replies, what? You wanna watch me sleep or something? Smirking face bro got attacked out of nowhere skull. Maki, just focus on the work. Man is trying hard to stay alive loudly crying face. Then suddenly, Omi comes closer to him, like she's about to say something important eyes tension rising, moment building. Ding dong bell doorbell ruins everything skull. Maki opens the door and guess who's standing there? Yuki. Timing equals worst possible loudly crying face. She says, Omi, I know you're here, come out. Bro got caught in 4K camera with flash. Omi slowly comes out, and both of them are like, how did you know? Yuki explains, whenever Omi comes here, she looks way too comfortable. Detective Yuki on duty woman detective skull. And then she asks the real question, Omi, why didn't you tell me this before? Oh. Friendship tension incoming high voltage. So now, Yuki confronts Omi. And Omi? She says nothing. Absolute silence. And Yuki goes, why aren't you saying anything? Don't you consider me your friend? Was I the only one who thought we were best friends? Damn, that hit harder than your exam results skull. Omi tries to speak, but she just can't. And then, flashback time clapperboard. We see Omi in the past. She asks some girls, hey, do you want to hang out next weekend? And they reply, sorry, we're busy. Classic excuse skull. But then, on the weekend, Omi sees those same girls hanging out with Yuki. Bro, That's not busy, that's replaced loudly crying face. And now everything makes sense. Why Umi doesn't trust easily, why she hides things, why she's scared of losing people. Back to present, without saying much, Umi just apologizes and leaves. Just like that. No explanation. No closure. Only emotional damage skull. Next day, Maki sends her multiple messages. But Umi? Seen. Ignored. Disappeared. Bro got ghosted after all that bonding loudly crying face. Then in class Umi comes with Yuki, acting completely normal. Like nothing happened. Professional actor level skull. And both Maki and Yuki? They don't bring up last night either. Because yeah, awkwardness is in the air. Meanwhile Maki is overthinking. Is she dealing with all this alone? Is she suffering inside? Bro finally using his brain for emotional intelligence brain sparkles. So he walks up to Umi and says, I need to talk to you. Umi tries to avoid. I'm busy, but Yuki and Nina jump in. We got this. You go. Wing women activated skull. Now both Maki and Umi go to the storeroom. Private talk zone unlocked, locked with key. Umi immediately goes, you're such an idiot. We're supposed to keep our friendship secret, everyone was watching us. Bro getting scolded like a child, loudly crying face. Maki calmly says, let's finish the work first, then we'll talk. Calm, composed, unexpected maturity skull. Then Umi asks, aren't you going to ask me what happened yesterday? Why I was avoiding you? And Maki says, I do want to know, but it's better if you tell me when you're comfortable. Bro, what? Who is this guy? Loudly crying face character development just peaked, chart increasing fire. I'll wait until you're ready. Respect level equals max 100 points. And then Umi suddenly hugs him from behind eyes and says, you're such an idiot. So kind that anyone could take advantage of you. Facts, but emotional loudly crying face. Then she says, and don't turn around. Bro freeze mode activated skull. I want to tell you something, but can you wait until the festival is over? Maki smiles and says, yeah, I'll wait as long as you want. Bro said, I'm patient, not desperate, loudly crying face, and just like that, we move to school festival day party popper. The school is full of people, crowded, lively, full energy. And on the building, that same amazing poster is displayed. The one drawn by Yuki artist palette and designed by Maki plus Umi. Teamwork arc success white heavy checkmark. Now everything looks perfect on the outside. But inside? Emotions are still messy skull. So now, we see Maki and Umi together at the festival. And Maki, gathering all his courage, says, I want to say something, and if you don't want to, you can refuse. Bro preparing like he's about to propose skull. Then he says, can we hold hands? Simple, clean, no cringe, respect chart increasing. And Umi? She instantly grabs his hand. No hesitation, no drama, and honestly, you can tell she feels safe, relaxed, happy. Meanwhile you watching this like, even hand-holding is progress, loudly crying face. Yes bro, this is introvert romance skull. But wait, of course, peace never lasts. Yuki shows up, with two girls, and she says, Maki, these are our friends from elementary school. And Umi's face changes instantly. Uh-oh, trauma unlocked skull. Umi says, they might be your friends, but they're not mine. Damn, straight, because guess what? These are the same girls who lied to her before. The ones who said we're busy and then went out with Yuki. Fake friends detected police car light. And now Umi finally decides, it's time to tell the truth. She says, there's something important I need to tell you. Pause. Tension. Music in background, musical notes. I have an inferiority complex. Yeah, she feels jealous of others. Feels like she's not enough. Feels like she gets replaced. And suddenly, everything makes sense. Her behavior, her secrecy, her hesitation. This wasn't just friendship. This was someone afraid of losing everything again. And just when things are getting serious, boom. Story ends. Yeah, cliffhanger. Skull Bro really said, emotional damage. See you next episode.